Mama Kobe Snacks Mills in the building.
I wasn't even thinking about me being on the show. I wanted to produce something for them.
Cool celebrity. Like if I went to the mall and stuff, people like, oh,
The thing was, I didn't even know that anybody ever thought I was ugly.
We look like twins almost.
Okay.
She really wouldn't be able
Covering any more subjects related. So that's why you got the raw reaction. This is pathetic. It's pathetic.
Immediately started posting about on her social media, on the plaintiff's social media account about,
So she thought the plaintiff was actually, at the time that she received this message, she really thought this was the plaintiff doing this?
Correct. I mean, she said yes.
And she thought the plaintiff was trying to set her up, so she'd just go ahead and take the bait and put it all out there.
Which her purpose was to show that the plaintiff was trying to set her up so then the plaintiff could then go and claim that she posted fake stories.
Well, if there's a trial in this case, I hope she has a better story than that, because that makes no logical sense. I mean,
She probably be able to explain it better than I can, but that's the information that I have.
Well, there needs to be a serious evaluation of your case. If that's the defense that you're going to present to a jury, that she knew all along it was false, and she thought it was the plaintiff. She didn't believe it was true. She went ahead and published it anyway. But when she thought the plaintiff was trying to set her up, no reasonable person would do that. I mean, that makes as much sense as nothing. I mean, so that's her source. Then if assuming that to be her source, she claims T.I. is the source for some things. Did she know who T.I. was?
No, Lovely T was never a source for anything.
Lovely T, is that it is? It's not T.I., it's Lovely T?
Lovely T is the name of the blogger, yes, sir.
So Lovely T was not a source for any of these allegations?
No, what happened was Ms. Jones posted a video on her own Instagram account that went viral, that was about the plaintiff. That's when my client, the defendant, reached out to Ms. Jones for an interview. That's what whole that's how the interview was set up. During, as she was talking to Lovely T, they used to be friends. Lovely T also has a YouTube channel. She also does the same thing. They post celebrity stories on their blogs, on their YouTube channels. She, was talking. Lovely T is the one that I believe even told my client about the Jones video, the one that went viral from Jones's Instagram. When they were talking, Lovely T said that she might have had some receipts that show that some of the things that Ms. Jones was saying was not true, but she never produced or gave my client any of those things. My client.
So I got you. I was confusing Lovely T with being the source. Lovely T was the person who told her that some of these things might not be true. But I got you. Okay, I'm not really too interested in the stuff that Ms. Jones provided to her. At this point, I was more interested in things that she said she had, or at least the plaintiff's attorney said that. Okay, so that's her source. Then
immediately started posting about on the plaintiff's social media account about
So she thought the plaintiff was actually, at the time that she received this message, she really thought this was the plaintiff doing this?
Correct. I mean, she said yes.
And she thought the plaintiff was trying to set her up, so she'd just go ahead and take the bait and put it all out there.
Which her purpose was to show that the plaintiff was trying to set her up so then the plaintiff could then go and claim that she posted fake stories.
Well, if there's a trial in this case, I hope she has a better story than that, because that makes no logical sense. I mean,
She probably be able to explain it better than I can, but that's the information that I have.
Well, there needs to be a serious evaluation of your case. If that's the defense that you're going to present to a jury, that she knew all along it was false, and she thought it was the plaintiff. She didn't believe it was true. She went ahead and published it anyway. But when she thought the plaintiff was trying to set her up, no reasonable person would do that. I mean, that makes as much sense as nothing. I mean, so that's her source. Then assuming that to be her source, she claims T.I. is the source for some things. Did she know who T.I. was?
No, Lovely T was never a source for anything.
Lovely T, is that it? It's not T.I., it's Lovely T?
Lovely T is the name of the blogger, yes, sir.
So Lovely T was not a source for any of these allegations?
No, what happened was Ms. Jones posted a video on her own Instagram account that went viral, that was about the plaintiff. That's when my client, the defendant, reached out to Ms. Jones for an interview. That's what whole that's how it was set up. During, as she was talking to Lovely T, they used to be friends. Lovely T also has a YouTube channel. She also does the same thing. They post celebrity stories on their blogs, on their YouTube channels. She, was talking. Lovely T is the one that I believe even told my client about the Jones video, the one that went viral from Jones's Instagram. When they were talking, Lovely T said that she might have had some receipts that show that some of the things that Ms. Jones was saying was not true, but she never produced or gave my client any of those things. My client.
So I got you. I was confusing Lovely T with being the source. Lovely T was the person who told her that some of these things might not be true. But I got you. Okay, I'm not really too interested in the stuff that Ms. Jones provided to her. At this point, I was more interested in things that she said she had, or at least the plaintiff's attorney said that the defendant did not have a source for.
The source for some of the statements was obviously the things that Ms. Jones said to her in the interview, coupled with there are again numerous videos of the plaintiff herself on the internet talking about herself.
Yeah, I think at one of maybe our last conference that we had, I'm not sure about that might have been a motion to dismiss, or the discovery dispute. That's probably what it was. That day on hearing on discovery dispute. At least 5 of them, I had made a statement that I questioned to some degree the plaintiff's claim for damages given the profile that she has as a performer. Certainly the videos, the music videos that she does are very provocative. And that's probably a very mild way of describing them. Of course, a lot of it goes to damages, I suppose, but I guess you could argue that some of that may even support some of the allegations that the defendant made about her. Not all of them for sure, but maybe a few of them. But the more fundamental question I have for you, as it relates to these videos that you have, and I looked at your videos, how do you propose to make those admissible? To the extent that they are compilations, your client didn't, I'm presuming, didn't put them together, that she might have downloaded them from somewhere. It seems like a reasonable thing to have done would have been to have taken the plaintiff's deposition and show her the videos and ask her, is this her? Is this she performing or saying things or doing whatever? But she didn't do that. So how is it that you're going to get those admitted?
Well, the videos are, and again, no, my client did not put them together. It's the same situation with, it's the defendant, not the defendant, the plaintiff, using her, Instagram Live or her Instagram profile and posting those videos where she just talks. They're not, music videos or videos of her performing. This is just like her, she gets on the live and she's just talking to her fans. Now, some of these videos that I'm referring to specifically as it relates to her making these statements that she was herself a prostitute. She refers to herself as a quote, and this I'm quoting, a stripper hoe, end quote. In these videos, she has had a huge social media following even before prior to her actual, music career taking off. So she has had, so her Instagram has been active for a long, long time, even before she, started becoming, an international celebrity. So some of these compilations are, it's people on YouTube, obviously, that put them together, but it's clearly her in the video. She has the same handle that she has now on her social media profile. So, I mean, we have not, again, this is the first time I'm hearing of those videos might have been doctored or, being edited. We certainly didn't edit them. We produced to the plaintiff as we, downloaded the video and we found it on YouTube. They have not provided us with any videos, with the full videos from any of those clips. If they're saying that that the videos are doctored, then I would have expected to see, video, because their client is the one that posted those videos online. She's the original source of the videos. So whether someone else on
maybe true. That's maybe logically true, but that doesn't necessarily mean it's true. I mean,
I don't know of any other way to get your own Instagram, an Instagram live video from your profile with your face on it to the internet, other than you being the person that posted or the user.
So I took a plea yesterday, and I've taken probably 20 pleas in the last year about people sending emails to companies and other companies sending millions of dollars to bank accounts based on these emails that look like, and for all appearance purposes, to the sender are the email addresses and bank accounts of the companies within there doing business, but they're not. They're spoofs, they're email scams, they're romance scams, all these things are occurring. It's not an admissible document simply, or video simply by saying the calls. I mean, there's a procedure you can go through. And one of the ways was to take the plaintiff's deposition and show them to them and say, did you say these things? She may have said yes, she may have said no, but you didn't do that, so you don't have that today. Now, you submitted them to us, so I guess we can look at them, and I guess we're all familiar with what the plaintiff looks like generally. And so perhaps under the federal rules, I can surmise that, well, there is a way for you to make these videos, or at least parts of these videos, admissible at trial, because the plaintiff will be here. You can ask her. And if the plaintiff wants to make a motion in limine that we have that discussion outside the presence of the jury, so that you can ask her about these videos before you try to move them into evidence, then I suppose that we can do that, or you can even make that motion, I suppose. But as far as I know, that's really about the only way you're going to be able to get them into evidence. I mean, it's not. You couldn't put a witness on the stand who says, "I've looked at this video, and this video is the plaintiff." The law doesn't allow you to do that. The jury could do that, I suppose. But
my plan was to ask the plaintiff to get them into the plaintiff, because they depict her, and presumably, they depict her to my knowledge and understanding. So that was the plan to how to authenticate them, because.
Okay. So let me ask you about the Pornhub video, because your client admitted that she knew that was not the plaintiff when she published it.
No, Your Honor. In fact, what she actually testified to her deposition was that somebody sent her a link to that video.
Well, what's the more part then? I mean, if that's not exactly right, if you know what exactly she said, can you tell me?
The statement about the HPV was, I know you have to have HPV, or I think, I bet you have to have HPV because, and then she talks about, whatever she talks about her husband. But when she was asked to clarify. And if the plaintiff doesn't have HPV, that's not actionable? Well, number one, she did state in that same exact video, before she even talked about it, she said, I don't know. I said, I can't confirm that she does or doesn't, but, and then when she was asked about it in her depositions, she stated, I didn't know for sure if she had HPV, it was a joke. I was joking, she explained that she was joking in that
She said that later.
In her deposition, yes, Your Honor.
Well, that's irrelevant. I mean, that doesn't have anything to do with, that's not in the, when she made the statement in her video, if she'd have said, as a comedic statement. Oh, I bet you even have HPV, like, not that David Letterman would have said something like that. He may have come close sometimes with people, but that was comedy, and it was said in jest with a jesting tone in the beginning. But in this particular case, what she said later in her deposition was not communicated to the people that heard or saw the statement that she made. So I don't think it's relevant, other than the fact that it confirms that she had no source. So my point is, are you saying that it would be clear from a review of the video as a whole that she was not really saying that the person had HPV, she was just joking or something like that?
That's exactly what I'm saying, Your Honor. If you review the video, you can tell that she's like smiling and laughing, and it's like you could tell that that she is joking, and she in fact says she doesn't know whether that is true or not true in that same video. So if you review the video as a whole, I believe that exactly how you just described that is what the audience would have seen.
Okay, so then, your position is that it was a joke, or is your position that she was just saying it was her opinion that she probably got it? It was probably called HPV from her husband because he was having an affair.
I think she was making a joke about it.
And if no reasonable juror can look at that video, which we have, right? We've got a copy of it somewhere. If no reasonable juror could look at that video and reach the conclusion that your client was stating anything other than facts, then you would agree that saying someone has HPV that you don't know to have HPV would be an actionable thing, right?
I mean, if she stated in the video that she didn't know that to be a fact, so I feel like that clarification, even if they didn't to her DMs and she reviewed it and it looks.
She thought it was the plaintiff.
Correct, because it's in the setting of the video is inside of a strip club, which the plaintiff used to work at a strip club, and it looks like the plaintiff. So that was.
So the plaintiff is presumably going to testify at trial that is not her, that she did not engage in anything of the sort as alleged. And so there's her testimony. And then your client certainly doesn't know, and in trying to defend herself, I guess you're going to ask the jury to take a look at the video to determine whether it was reasonable for your client to assume that was in fact her, so that she could then go report that she saw the plaintiff doing these things. Is that the way you anticipate this will work at trial?
That's what I was anticipating, yes, Your Honor.
So we finally got the video to go with the audio. Somebody must not like Tasha K out there, child. They keep sending me these hot ass receipts, hot off the press. But I see why Tasha lost her case. I see why Cardi B won her partial summary judgment and why Tasha's counterclaim was thrown out. Olga gave no defense. The judge was absolutely irritated. You can see he was frustrated with Olga at times. She was unprepared. She did not have a clue as to who she was defending at times. She got Tasha mixed up with Cardi B. It was just a mess. So I see why Tasha lost her lawsuit. This is the court hearing that they had on Zoom in April. This is the actual video of it. I was sitting around minding my business and bloop, here it is in my DM. Bloop, here you go, sweet pea. And I said, I'm going to do this one as a reaction video because this shit was a mess. Watching it, just hearing it, I was like, wow, she really doesn't know what she doesn't have any experience. But watching it and watching her facial expressions, I was like, wow, this girl, she didn't comb her hair. She was just giving very much, I don't know what I'm talking about. And the judge was irritated. So I see why Tasha lost. I see what they got going into November, child. if this is what they gonna be working with, if she's still gonna be working with Olga, she might as well get prepared to pay out her whole bank, her whole savings, her whole everything to Cardi B, because this ain't it. Olga is trash. This is not it. So I will be front row center in November, like I told you. I'm going to be in that front row like, hey, so that I can report on this every night and let you know what a spectacle it was, because I expect and I am prepared to see Miss Olga in action. You guys drop down in the comments and let me know what you think about Miss Olga. What is it giving, child? What is it giving? You guys be sure to like, share, subscribe, catch up on all the other Tasha K versus Cardi B videos, so that way you know what is going on by the time we get to the jury trial in November. All right? So be sure to like, share, subscribe. I'll holla. Bye, guys.